Christopher Harris, a.k.a. the Gaffer, the founder and publisher of World Soccer Talk. Christopher, thank you for joining us.
Hey, Mitch. It's great to be back on. Thanks for having me.
All right, hot take here. I think that might have been the greatest soccer match of all time, given the stakes, the players, the performances, the drama. I think you've been watching soccer a lot longer than I have, though. So tell me, I think it's without question the greatest World Cup final of all time, but greatest soccer match ever?
Yeah, it's the first World Cup final I ever watched was 1978. So this was my 12th World Cup final to watch live on television. And yeah, you're right. This one was the best World Cup final ever. Best match ever. It probably is. I mean, it was not the most shocking game. I mean, when we had was it Germany beating Brazil 7-1 in a World Cup semi-final? That was shocking, and that was just so one-sided. You almost felt bad for Brazil in that match. But this one, I mean, to me, from the start to the finish, was so amazing. Such high-quality skill. And in many ways, too, I think it's in terms of just both teams were playing to win. It wasn't teams playing to draw, playing not to lose. So, Mitch, I think you might be right. I mean, to me, yeah, I can't think of any other game, especially a soccer final, in any competition that was as thrilling or exciting as this one.
Well, okay, maybe that wasn't a hot take enough. Here's a hot take for you. Messi and Ronaldo. For those that are not big soccer fans, this is like talking LeBron versus MJ. It's just like, we don't know what to talk about today. Let's talk about who's better, Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo. Does this solve that? Does this mean Messi is the best because he's got a World Cup, Cristiano's got a Euro, but Messi can't even compete in the Euro, so it's really not apples to apples. The World Cup is. What do you think?
I think this settles it. I mean, to me, the debate is over. The debate was always, Leo Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo. Both of them are very different types of players. But I think this has to go down as the defining answer to the question, who is better, Messi or Ronaldo? To me, it's Messi. I mean, he really rose to the occasion in this entire tournament. He carried the team on his back. There was no controversy. There was no pre-tournament interviews with Piers Morgan or any of that. I mean, to me, he's the perfect role model.
For those of you who don't know, Ronaldo gave an interview to Piers Morgan right before the tournament, and it eventually got him kicked out of his club team. But I'm sorry, Mr. Harris. Please continue.
Yeah. No. I think Messi to me is a shining example. I mean, he is the greatest. And such a role model for kids too. I mean, any kids or anyone watching this game and seeing the pure skill, the brilliance that he has, and also, I mean, in those big occasions, scoring the goals. So absolutely, I think the debate is over. It has to be Messi.
Amazing to have an answer to that question. Let me ask you about that trophy presentation, though. I was watching it live. It was awkward. Gianni Infantino, the president of FIFA, just would not get out of the way. It was like he carried the trophy to the rest of the team with Messi. The Emir was there. He's putting a Middle Eastern sort of transparent cloak over Messi. He wouldn't leave. They wouldn't leave them alone. It's like they wanted to make sure they were in all of the pictures. I wonder, I think for 2-3 hours, we all forgot that we were in Qatar and forgot about human rights violations. And then it was like right there in your face as he's awarding the trophy. I felt that way. I don't know about you. How did you feel?
Yeah, I thought it was inappropriate. I mean, and to me, it was almost like the Emir of Qatar and Gianni Infantino, the president of FIFA, wanted to be part of the celebration. And in those photographs that you'll see you saw yesterday, you'll see for years and years, you'll see in the history books, when they look back to the 2022 World Cup and see Leo Messi lifting that trophy, there's going to be photos. It's going to be Infantino and the Emir in the background, or Messi wearing that garb. And to me, it was them trying to make a point, I think, in many ways, to remind people that this was Qatar. This was a different World Cup. For good or bad, it was different. Yeah, I didn't really like that too much. I thought it should have been really the players in the moment. And then, I mean, Infantino, and the Emir really even had no role in Argentina winning this World Cup. They helped host it, but that's about it for all the wrong reasons. But yeah, so I agree with you there, Mitch. They should have stayed out of the way in the background. They're not they're not what people are tuning in to watch these incredible games.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation in your cable lineup. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-based, unbiased coverage.